Hey, what's up, Internet? The Gym Philosopher here, just doing my thing, pondering the philosophical meanings of life and crushing it at the gym. But I'm not at the gym right now. I'm here with you. And I've got a whole bunch of goodies here today. And the reason that I've got them here is because I want to talk a little bit about supplementation on your weight training days. And by that, I mean things in addition to your normal food diet that you ingest to enhance your workout performance and your workout results. We're going to talk about not only what you take, but the importance of when you take it. The timing is important because you need to sync up the reactions of the supplements that you're taking with the different metabolic functions happening to your body due to exercise. So as an example, I'm going to walk you through my personal schedule for supplementation on a typical weight training day. This doesn't apply to cardio days. Cardio days are different. So let's do this! Okay, let's start about an hour to an hour and a half before you begin your workout. Now, having some sort of food in your system while you're working out is pretty important. It's not only going to make sure that you have enough glycogen in your system to use for energy, but it's going to keep you focusing on your workout. I can't tell you how many times I've been to the gym on an empty stomach and trained heavy, only to start feeling dizzy and nauseous. Plus, my stomach is growling, which is a huge distraction while you're doing a set. Now, don't eat too close to a workout because that could have similar effects. Plus, the added benefit of vomiting. Now, I'm not going to bag on vomiting, but we want you to be throwing up for the right reasons, and that's because your body's freaking out about how huge it's getting. Just think about what Arnold said anyway.
I threw up many times while I was working out, but it doesn't matter because it's all worth it.
I wouldn't eat too much at your pre-workout meal because that could load you down. Maybe a sandwich or a shake, like I said, about an hour to an hour and a half before you work out is going to give you enough to exercise on. And it's going to meet the 15 to 45 minute before you swim rule that your parents were always harping on you about. The four main ingredients that I'm looking for in a pre-workout are 1 and 2 niacin and beta-alanine, which are going to give your skin that flushed, burning, itching feeling that most people try to avoid, but I love. In fact, that's the primary reason that I take a pre-workout, is to get that kind of tingly feeling on my skin, and it really puts me in the zone for my workout. The third ingredient is vitamin B12, which is a key vitamin for energy as it's responsible for red blood cell formation, amino acid metabolism, as well as neurological function. Now, if you're a vegan, you're going to need to supplement with this because vitamin B12 is only found naturally in animal products. So a pre-workout with B12 in it is going to satisfy the body's minimum requirements for this. For the rest of us carnivores, it's just an added benefit. The fourth ingredient is some sort of nitric oxide booster. Now, most pre-workouts are going to use the amino acid arginine as their nitric oxide booster, but I would suggest finding one that has citrulline in it instead, or just add it separately to it like I do. Citrulline is a precursor to arginine, and it's a much more efficient nitric oxide booster. In fact, studies have shown that arginine is almost completely destroyed by the body, unless you take it in mass amounts, and then it makes you so sick you throw it up. Nitric oxide dilates the blood vessels and allows more blood to flow, which is going to give you more energy and a nice pump, plus a whole bunch of other bodybuilding perks. So put nitric oxide on the list. Like I said before, you want to take this about 15 to 30 minutes before your workout, and then it's going to start kicking in. All right, all of that is up to the point of actually working out. During the workout, I'm going to mix up some branched chain amino acids, or BCAAs, into my water bottle, shake it up, and then sip on that during the whole workout. Now, obviously, not as I have the weights in my hand, but in between sets. Unless I had one of those Camelbacks with a straw. BCAAs are also going to put your body into an anti-catabolic or muscle sparing state, not anabolic, anti-catabolic. And what this means is that during a workout, if your body ever requires amino acids, that it's not going to have to break down muscle tissue to get them, because there'll be an ample supply to grab from in the bloodstream. And BCAAs also lower mental fatigue during a workout. And they do this by reducing the production of serotonin in the brain. Now, it should be noted that BCAAs will be most efficient for those people with low body fat percentage and actually risk losing muscle during an intense workout. For most people, it's not going to be a problem, but I said better safe than sorry. Plus it has a number of other benefits that help your body during a workout. In fact, I think I'll have some right now. Leucine. After I put down my last weight, I head to the locker room and I'm gonna mix myself up a shake of hydrolysated protein. Now, if you're unfamiliar with what hydrolysated protein is, it's often referred to as pre or partially digested protein. Now, I'm not gonna make the same joke that everybody makes about having someone throw up into your shaker cup. But what I will tell you is that it's either heated with acid or digestive enzymes are added to it. Both processes break the protein down into smaller amino acid bonds that will allow it to get from your gut to the muscles quicker. One of the great axioms of gym philosophy is that after you break down the muscle tissue during a workout, you're going to want to get protein into that muscle tissue as quickly as possible and therefore start the recovery. Hence, super fast absorption protein. Now, after I finish my post-workout protein, I'm either going to head upstairs and do post-workout cardio for about 15 minutes, or I'm just going to head home. 15 to 20 minutes after my post-workout shake, guess what time it is? Gummy bear time! That's right, I take a handful of gummy bears to spike my insulin levels. Now you may be wondering, why would you want to spike your insulin levels? Well, because insulin is responsible for driving everything in the blood, such as amino acids, into the body's cells. So you take protein and insulin will drive it into the muscle cells. So logical, eh? Now it doesn't have to just be gummy bears. Any simple sugar or monosaccharide will do. It could be pixie sticks or anything with a high glycemic index. Okay, the next step is one that I recently stopped doing, but I want to tell you why I stopped doing it. I used to take a vitamin C pill directly after a workout when I got home. The reason was to suppress cortisol levels that were elevated during the stress of the workout. Well, I've been reading a number of studies lately that say that antioxidants taken near the time of a workout can actually interfere with certain cell signaling that's responsible for skeletal muscle adaptation to exercise. Basically, the free radicals that are created due to exercise are actually what signal the muscle to adapt and grow, and that antioxidants can interfere with this process. So I think I'll put the vitamin C in the drawer for now. I wait anywhere from 30 minutes to an hour after I work out to have a post-workout meal. Now that meal is going to be mostly protein and fat with very little carbohydrates. And that's me, because I normally work out at night, so after my workout I only have about an hour or two before I go to bed, and I don't want all those carbs sitting on me. Some people will say that you need to carb up after a workout to replenish your glycogen stores. And the truth of it is that you've got plenty of time until your next workout to replenish your glycogen stores. And even once more is that they've done studies that even the most intense workouts aren't going to fully deplete your glycogen stores. Some of the meals that I have is that I'll cook up some whole eggs with some egg beaters, maybe just a little bit of toast. I'll ground up some ground beef and brown it, throw a little bit of cheese in there. Better yet, mix up some chicken, ground turkey, and throw a little salsa and cheese on there. Maybe some fish, some broccoli, steak. Some might think that this is all protein overload, but the thing is that these different proteins that you're taking all have different rates of absorption and release. Hydrolysate is going to be the quickest. Whey is going to be slightly slower. Food protein is going to be slower than that, and casein protein is probably going to be the slowest. This next one is optional, but you might want to consider it. Take a single serving of casein protein just before you go to bed at night. Now the thinking behind this is that during sleep, you are essentially fasting for 6, 7, 8 hours. And during that time, your body's absorbing very little protein. Since casein has a very slow absorption rate, the consensus saying up to 7 hours, that it's perfect for constantly absorbing protein for a prolonged period while inactive. But like I said, I work out at nighttime. So if I get home from my workout too close to my bedtime, then I'm just gonna skip the casein because it's just all too much to take in at one time. You might be saying to yourself, oh man, look at all that stuff. I can't afford all that. Now, do you need all of this stuff to get a fit, lean, muscular body? Of course not. This is just going to make things slightly easier for you to reach your goal. If I had to choose one supplement out of all this it'd be the whey protein. Hey, protein is the most important element to building muscle, and whey protein powders offer a very fast and convenient alternative to cooking a food meal. Now don't replace all of your meals with shakes, because shakes don't include all the nutrients that your body needs each day. So these are just some of the supplements that are out there, and there are plenty of other ones out there that I didn't talk about. This is what I am currently using and how I use it. Feel free to experiment with whatever you want if you can afford it. The stuff's not cheap, especially when you stack it. Some of this stuff, actually a lot of it, you can get through whole food choices, which I'll probably do an episode on in the future. But do what you can, man. You don't need it, just get the protein in you and get huge. As always, I only give information and my particular philosophy on that information. Your destiny is yours, do what you want. Like, subscribe, share, I'm Addy. Now you know something.